I believe there are very few opportunities for South African composers to have their works performed in the context of classical concerts. And that's not exclusively a South African phenomenon. We can see this everywhere in the world, that we tend to stick to sort of museum program of war horses and of old masterpieces. And I think new music in particular, contemporary music, is an important thing in many, many ways. First of all, it tells you a lot about how music is actually vibrant and is alive, and it also gives wonderful young South African composers a valuable opportunity to contribute to a growing canon of South African music.
The Johannesburg International Mozart Festival is a highlight on the South African classical music calendar, and this year's event is a tribute to vocal music. The Business of the Arts spoke to the festival's creative director to find out more.
The Mozart Festival started in 2006. 5 years ago, and it was originally a very small-scale event with only about 3 or 4 concerts. And in 2009 we decided to go international, and since then the festival has grown enormously and has become hugely popular with Johannesburg audiences. We've also added another 2 or 3 new schemes this year, for instance a composer-in-residence scheme, and we have appointed Mokale Korpeng, a very exciting young dynamic South African composer who has written a new commission for our opening concert. A festival is a different setup, as opposed to the vast majority of subscription series. It is much more flexible, it is loose. People are coming together to enjoy a series of concerts over a given period, but at the end of that period the whole thing is over and we have to wait for a whole year. So the character of the music making is much more informal, and a festival is always designed to be an encounter of different people coming from different parts of the world. And you see, we've always got themes for the festival, and this year's theme is On Wings of Song. So the festival is dedicated to the idea of the human voice and looking at genres that have been inspired by vocal genres and by transcriptions of songs and vocal genres. And the idea of calling the festival On Wings of Song after the eponymous song by Felix Mendelssohn Bartholdy also was a hint to sort of strike up a working relationship with Lufthansa, because if you have a festival theme that's called On the Wings of Song, what is more obvious than asking an airline to sponsor the festival?
Our resources are the flights, and I think it's quite a big budget in the organizers' budget to get the flights done. So what we've decided that we fly over artists from Europe to South Africa. For us, the social component is very much important. For us, it's part of our social investment in bringing together artists from Europe with South Africans. I know that the Mozart Festival is very much involved in youth work, or working with South African young artists, and yeah, for us that's basically the most important point, to bring these 2 groups together.
A lot of the revenue we are creating is actually coming from the ticket sales, thanks to the support of the wonderful Johannesburg audiences, but we do need sponsorship. We do need help in kind. We also need financial contribution, and it's wonderful to be working with Lufthansa because it also epitomizes the idea of a bridge building experience.
It's very important, especially since, budgets are usually not the biggest, especially when it comes to art, so it's very important that businesses get involved, and we do what we can. For us to sponsor a flight is really what we can do. So this is basically the first big arts or cultural sponsorship that we're doing. And I've actually had positive feedback from a couple of our clients who fly with Lufthansa and who've also been to the festival or visited certain concerts, who've actually said that they saw that Lufthansa was sponsoring it or part of it, and that they really think it's a great idea. And we're very happy and very proud that we're able to do that, and that we're able to help to bring together European artists and South Africans.
Listen,